people. All right. All right. All right. I don't know why they can't hear me. Can they hear me?
Hello, 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 hello. How we doing? How we doing?
They can hear you. Oh no, they can
They
hear
can
me.
hear me.
They can hear
Can
me
they
as
hear us?
well.
Can you hear us both?
They can hear us both.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Say how you doing? How you doing? If you're in the chat,
Check 2 1.
and you
Check
can
2
hear
1.
us.
Yeah. If you can hear us, let us know how you're feeling. Welcome to a PPR mock draft in the fantasy football season for 2022. We're getting closer and closer to redraft season. Honestly, we are pretty much 2 weeks away from July, which will mean another 3 weeks and a half once we hit July. That will be when training camp starts, which is actually really exciting. And once we're in July, football season feels like it's here because you're going to get all the reports. People are gearing up, training camps happening, this and that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited. Appreciate you guys for all coming.
What's up,
through.
Adithya?
Adithya, long time, yeah, boys. Still remember me,
Of course,
bro. We always remember you. You're one of the OGs. I'm not
we've been grinding on the Dynasty channel, but we remember everyone over here. It's been a while since we've been active. Well, we've been active on this channel the last couple of weeks again, picking it back up.
Yeah, we're picking it back up.
We're gonna keep being active
as we get closer and closer to the season. Not sure, Adithya, if you know, but we do have a Dynasty channel. That should be in the description below, man. If you haven't subscribed to that, please subscribe. That'd be awesome. Scary said he just subscribed to the channel. Had no idea I had it. Yeah. This is
a lot of people on the Dynasty channel don't know that we have a redraft channel. A lot of people on the redraft channel don't know that we have a Dynasty channel.
Yeah, so if you guys are here from our Dynasty channel, this is kind of where it all started. Tell them, Blaze. She's actually really excited about it. Yeah, this is where it all started, where we said, you know what, let's start a fantasy football channel. We named it Fantasyland, and then we said, you know what, let's start a Dynasty channel, and we named that Dynastyland. And that's it. That's all. That's really what it is.
Yeah. And really, that was the name of our home leagues. We just called them Fantasyland. We're like, that's a cool name. Let's go with it.
Let's go with it. And now we're here. So, shout out to everyone here. I don't have music in the background.
You can't hear my music, by the way, right? Because I got a little background music. It's nice when you're not hosting the stream. You can listen to whatever music you want in the background.
It should be fine. I definitely have like some music up literally 2 seconds.
I got Harry's House on. I don't know if anyone's listened to Harry Styles' new album. Yeah, I got no shame in saying that I absolutely love Harry Styles' new album. Oh my God, Scary Hours.
When you told me about
also just sub to Amber Heard's OnlyFans. Oh no, she got to make that money somehow.
Does she actually have one?
No.
Oh my God. No. I thought I was like, damn, she really going there.
No.
Yeah, I love the Harry
disrespect.
It is disrespect.
Okay, we're doing a redraft channel, or we're doing a redraft mock.
Okay, that's right.
Shout out to the 26 people watching the stream. If you have yet to drop a like, it would mean a lot if you could drop a like for us. Show us some love here as we do a redraft mock together. What's up, Mitchell? What's up, Kyle? What's up, Adithya? Jay Stump. Yes, sir. Okay, so Badaki, if people want to join this mock, how do they join it?
Yeah, super simple, super easy. Like I always say, the link is in the description below. It says join our Discord here. Join our Discord, click on that, and then it always gives you an opportunity to join. It says redraft and in season. Click on redraft and in season specifically for the redraft channel, redraft mock draft sub channel, and that's where Zach is going to be posting that link if you want to join our mock drafts. It's different to our Dynasty channel. If you've been with us from our have been mocking with us from our Dynasty, is not the Dynasty Damn mock draft, it's the redraft in season tab.
A lot of people are hyped for redraft right now. I love that.
And that's exactly what we want. As we get closer to the season, we're going to continue to do this. We still love redraft. We love Dynasty because it's just year round, and that's fun. We want to talk about football year round, but redraft, I feel like that's where people kind of make their money. You know, like there's like, it's one and done. Yeah. Everyone is value. It's not just the youth. It's everyone. So yeah, super simple, super easy.
I'm gonna paste the link here so people can join. You know, if you don't get in, please don't yell at us. It is what it is. Some people aren't gonna make it. But here we go in 3, 2, 1. Here goes the link.
Make us a little bit bigger here for the crew.
And this will obviously fill up. Mitchell says, I missed the Dynasty live stream, but what side? 12-team Superflex, half PPR, DJ Moore or Burks in a third? I would say Burks in a third, but a lot of people are anti-Burks right now, so I understand the concern. But for me, I would confidently say Burks in a third. All right, looks like we got some people we don't normally mock with here. I don't know Zyx all that well. Jacob, unless it's a new username, Bang. I remember Boss Man a little bit, but it's cool to get some different people in here.
It is cool. We appreciate you guys. Once again, this is a redraft, mock draft. Once again, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex, and about 6 to 8 bench spots. Let's get it started. Let's go straight for it here. 1 minute on the clock. We'll change it to 60 seconds. Maybe around like round 4.
Round 5, 6, yeah, 4.
Yeah,
we're going to round 12 here.
Yeah, we're going to round 12. So there goes Jonathan Taylor. No surprise. No. Wow.
All right, so I'm on the board here, and you know, we're about to release our redraft rankings later today. So you guys will have access to our redraft rankings. We've been working on them, for a couple weeks, and we're gonna release a refreshed Dynasty redraft rankings for you guys over there on Patreon. So if you support us over there on Patreon, you'll see them. Close friends plus tier and above. But I've had Austin Eckler as my running back 2. And I don't see any reason to move him. So I'm going to go ahead and draft Austin Eckler here at the 1-3. You know, in one of our most recent mocks, I saw him go around the 7-8 spot. To me, I was high on him last year and still high on him this year. Great offense.
Yeah.
He's still going to be the goal line back, going to get a ton of work in the air. He is probably, I don't know if people want to say this yet, but he's the best weapon on their team. Like, people would maybe last year argue Keenan Allen, but I think Eckler is the best weapon on their team. I don't know if that might be common sense or it might be not popular to say that, but yeah, I believe that that's the truth and that the offense is going to continue to run around him.
No, I hear you. It's very, very interesting to see what's going to happen with Eckler. Now Isaiah Spiller is in the backfield. There goes Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp. I thought Cooper Kupp would be the 101, but I guess people are believing in the regression, which is fair. That's fair. Justin Jefferson at the 1-4. Let's see what Mick busted draft.
Yeah, is gonna. I think I'm still going Kupp as the first wide receiver off the board personally. Would you say the same?
I would definitely agree. Cooper Kupp is my 101 in the wide receiver position here. So I'll feel really confident always taking Cooper Kupp. There goes Derrick Henry. Which make my decisions a lot easier. And I see Scary says I have Najee as my RB3. Am I crazy? I don't think you are. I actually have Derrick Henry as my RB3, but a very close second there, I guess you can say 4th, is Najee Harris. Me getting him at the 1-7, I think, is a good value in my opinion. I know that a lot of people are, once again, regression. There's going to be regression.
I'm one of those people who's worried.
Yeah, and for sure, I think that's going to happen. I think there's going to be more. What's the word? There's going to be more opportunity in the red zone. If I'm not mistaken, he only had 5 touchdowns this past year.
I think it was 7. I could be wrong. 4, I think it was 7.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, and I think there's gonna be more consistency in the red zone specifically for Najee. So I think maybe he'll get more more red zone opportunities, and maybe less snaps in the air. But we'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of the same way I feel. Obviously, it's very different. But when I think about the Big Ben offense, what was it? It was a lot of dump-off passes to the running back, specifically to Najee Harris. Talking about a guy who got 17 targets in one game, guys. I don't know if you remember that. The offense around Big Ben was short screen passes to the wide receivers, short slants. You emulate the run game through the air, and then you also emulate the run game by dumping the ball off to your running back instead of handing it off to him because that's too obvious. And their offensive line was terrible. So for me, the way I'm kind of viewing it is, I just don't think he's going to get anywhere near that amount of targets that he got last year. And he's already talked about how he himself wants his workload to be less to extend his career. It's one thing when a coach says it, but when the player himself comes out, it's like, yeah, I would like to not be out there on certain downs to extend my career. Like, does that mean that you're not going to be the 3rd down back? This guy was tied for 1st in targets last year. Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett they're not in that stage of their career. They're not known to be dump off passers. So I actually have Najee as my RB8.
And I think
and I'm actually considering like moving him down potentially. So he's someone I'm much lower on, and I'm not so like. There's good weapons there, but are we sure that the offense is gonna click day one with Mitch Trubisky?
For sure. And then maybe
I don't know the answers to those.
Is it gonna click with day one with Kenny Pickett? And I think that's another question. I think that's why maybe they will still go back to those waves. Like, hey, maybe let's just dump it off with Najee. Let's just give Najee the workload. The offensive line doesn't necessarily improve tremendously, but they did bring in some pieces to try to fill in. I guess put like a placement in that offensive line. What's interesting for me is, in my opinion, is going to be if Najee is saying that he wants to take a step back, who the hell is going to step up? Benny Snell? Yeah, well, Anthony McFarland? Maybe. I don't think so. I mean,
McFarland's not out of the question to be a third down running back, though. It's within his skill set.
For sure. I think it would be very difficult. But
I mean, we're talking
Stephon Diggs.
I don't know. I mean, J.D. McKissick, no one cared about him before he was given that role.
7, right? Okay.
Trey Edmonds, I think both of those guys could potentially fill a role like that. I'm not saying they could do it as well as. I think McFarland would be the more obvious answer. Yeah. We'll see.
Scary said he was on the field 80% of the time. I believe they take him off the field when they won't use him, save him a bit more, but I believe the usage stays the exact same. Don't use him. Right. So when he was on the field, he was probably blocking more, and he was trying to help the offensive line, rather than like sacrifice his body and blocking, where he can go out and bring in the backup, bring me in when you're only going to use me. Maybe that makes sense.
I just really struggle to see. There's no like 94 targets last year. That number to me more comes around 50. Like that is a huge decrease in the amount of targets that he could see, which should translate to a decrease in his value. I mean, what was Josh Jacobs' finishes last year? That's the kind of thing I'm looking at. Leonard Fournette, my RB5. I'll happily take him here at the 210. I think he's going to get a ton of work. But yeah, Josh Jacobs got around 50 targets last year. He still finished like, he was like RB12 or something last year. I can't remember, but so I still think Najee's going to be super valuable, but
for sure.
There's like no question that the Steelers were very well aware how terrible their offense was last year. It was a bad offense. It was super predictable, and it was built around Big Ben's weaknesses. I don't see how we get near 90 targets this year.
Yeah. Very interesting.
That's such a high number, and it's so astronomical to have gotten there as a rookie. But I think it's all connected to, like I said, Big Ben's play style. I just don't see that happening again.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Najee coming into this year. Deebo Samuel, Javonte Williams, Tyreek T, Say, Lenny, Evans, Aaron Jones, Mark Andrews, and Zeke. And now you're back on the clock. You're getting your top 2 RB5s. Sorry, excuse me. 2 top RBs for you in your top 5.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. CD's gone. I'm just trying to see who's on the board here. Mike Evans is gone. Is Deebo gone? No, he's gone.
Yeah, Debo's gone.
Is T. Higgins gone?
T. Higgins is gone.
Son of a bitch. Is Keenan gone?
No, he's not.
Gee. All right, I'll take Keenan Allen. 2 Chargers. I had a team last year with Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler, and let me tell you something. That was a special team.
That was a special team. Let's see. I'm trying to read the chat here.
Yeah, Kyle said your quarterback has to be in agreement about wanting to dump the ball off. That's a good point. Like for Mitch Trubisky, doesn't he want to show people that he can carry the offense? He can be the reason they win. Does he want to be a dump off quarterback? I don't know. I mean, I don't think someone like that trying to save their career wants that to be a part of their game plan. They want to show that they can, bring the ball down the field. You can use multiple options. You can read the field. You can hit your second read, your third read on the play. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm super hesitant on Najee.
I'm just trying to see, damn, all these wide receivers, the guys that I was like, I might rock with. It's going off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wide receivers,
8,
they're going much
10,
quicker in
11,
redraft
12.
this year, aren't they?
12.
Wide receivers are going way earlier than in previous years.
Yeah.
People really see the value of them, understandably. In PPR formats, it makes sense.
I guess that's the hard part. I wish I'd switched my strategy up. I mean, why not try to get, 3 wide receivers? Let's just say McBuster Draft took Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, and then the running backs that can come back to him, because there's still some good guys. You got JK, Josh, Brees, Cam, Etienne, Mitchell.
Yeah.
It
is an interesting conversation. It really is.
I wonder where's the sweet spot,
or maybe anchor wide receiver start.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where's that sweet spot to where, let me get my wide receivers first and then get my running back, because there goes Patrick Mahomes. So he's getting the stack with Patrick and Kelsey. And Bang said he already hated my team 4 minutes ago. Kelsey, Diggs, and Patrick Mahomes. I think it's a good start in my opinion.
Oh, well, you know what I'll say about going
sure.
quarterback that early.
Yeah,
I like the first 2 picks, not a fan of quarterback in the 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll talk about Lenny Fournette just quickly because I kind of glanced over him, but he's my RB5. Happy to take him there. You're going to have Godwin out probably 5-6 games. This is a guy who, if he played every game, he would have had the most targets of any running back last year. And I don't see a reason for Tom Brady to change the way he plays the game at this point. So I'm really happy with him there. There's another question. No reason to expect Connor to get less of a goal line role, right? I wouldn't say there's any reason to expect his role to be less. If you're drafting Connor, then you better hope that he gets goal line work, because he was god awful in efficiency last year. Like, as far as being an efficient running back, he was one of the least efficient. He was probably the least efficient starting running back in the NFL. That sounds like a leap, but look at his efficiency. It was terrible.
Yeah.
True yards per carry was 62nd in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. I just looked at it the other day. So he thrived last year on touchdowns. Doesn't mean he can't do it again this year, but that's how you hope that he carries your team, is touchdowns, not efficiency.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be.
And now Darrell Williams is there. He'll probably get work in the air. Darrell Williams, a guy who was top 12 in targets last year.
And that's just half the argument. Like, can he stay healthy?
Sure.
I think every single time he was on the field, we were like, "Oh shit, James on it. Like, it's gonna happen." And then it was a touchdown. When we saw him get the full workload, he got hurt and then he missed time. I think you can see it. You can see it here in the second half of the season. This is where he got this workload. Look, in week 13, he gets 20 carries. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, he gets 20 carries and then 13 carries. Right? Yeah, Edmonds, excuse me. And then he gets the full workload and then he drops down because he gets hurt in week 15. He misses 2 games and then comes back.
Yeah.
So
the good news is he is the clear number 1. There's no competition really. Like, there might be competition for the 3rd down role, but he is the clear 1 in the offense. The bad news is he was extremely inefficient. So you're going to have to hope he has similar touchdown numbers.
Yeah. This is tough now. Just checking my rankings.
The more I look at the board, the more I do feel like I want to start wide receiver in the 1st round.
I think so as well, because I'm sitting here looking at the wide receivers saying, cool, I could have Deontay, Terry, DK, or I can have another running back like a Travis, a Mitchell, a Brees.
Yeah.
I mean, according to my rankings, I should be going Elijah Mitchell.
One of your breakouts.
Yeah, one of my breakouts, which I'm confident in. But like the pass catching upside with Etienne and Brees, I think what sets them apart from Mitchell a lot more, in my opinion.
Damn it!
It's really,
That's
really
gonna have to make me rethink things.
It's really,
with Etienne off the board.
It's really, really close. Gary, best pass catcher in the league, Etienne. Then Mitch says, yeah, but he got 15 touchdowns for sure. Is that going to happen again this year?
That's what needs to happen this year. You know, he needs to get double-digit touchdowns. Kyle says, bold take, if healthy, Etienne will have as many targets as Najee, if not more. I mean, I'm all aboard. But I don't remember what I said. Do you remember what I said during my take? Because Etienne is my breakout this year. I'm gonna take Allen Robinson here.
I think you said top 3 in targets, didn't you?
Something like that? I said I think he can finish top 3 in targets, so I'm all aboard.
Yeah.
If healthy, I'm all aboard with you there.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm interested to see what Etienne does. I definitely want to have some stock of him somewhere because I actually don't have any. Right. Oddly enough, and I definitely want to get some stock of him. So I'm really interested in Travis Etienne. I believe in the talent. It's just once again, it's the landing spot that really, really scares me. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for James Conner, let me ask you this question, Mitchell. If James Conner finishes wide running back 14, is that still a good season or is that a bad season for you? Because maybe that's a good question for you too. Like, how do you feel about that? Let's say he's still, running back 14.
I'll be okay with that.
Okay, well, maybe that's not low enough.
I think I have him. I have him as my running back 13, 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think like top 5, top 10 is too much right now.
Yeah, I don't have those expectations.
I think those expectations are like very, very skewed. And I feel like, you know, maybe 12 to 18, 12 to 20 feels more comfortable for James Conner this year.
Yeah. Okay, I am so anti Deontay Johnson, and this is so annoying. I have him ranked ahead of Hollywood Brown. I want to take Hollywood Brown here, but my rankings say Deontay Johnson.
Hollywood.
I'm gonna do what my heart tells me to do. That's Hollywood.
And that's it right there. That's the tug of the heart. That's the rankings. That's, you either go with your rankings or you go with your heart, and sometimes you got to do that. Yeah,
Deontay's not the wrong pick there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a toughie. It's getting tougher and tougher here. Maybe I shouldn't have taken Mitchell, but I want another running back.
Scary says RB14 is disappointing at that ADP. Well, technically, you're drafting him as the RB14.
Let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. RB15.
Is that what he's being drafted as?
Right here. Yeah, right here. RB15 in this draft specifically.
Yeah. Obviously, you want your ADP, your finish to exceed your ADP, but at some point you have to be happy if it meets your ADP as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think the second tier guys, these guys, the Jacobs to the Etiennes, one of these guys are going to finish as a top 8 running back.
Yeah.
We just don't know who's going to be. Like, everyone's different. You know, some people say Etienne. I would say Mitchell. Some people say Brees. Some people say Jacobs. Which I'm happy with that Deontay fell to me. So I'll take Deontay there.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Tremendous value.
Deontay shouldn't be available there.
Yeah.
Like, I am anti Deontay Johnson in Dynasty, but he shouldn't be available that late. You got 2 Steelers. I got 2 Chargers.
Oh shit, yeah, I do. One of them going Michael Thomas. Wow, that's a wow. I'll tell you that much. A guy that we don't necessarily believe in. I don't know if you see reports. If you've seen the reports, and that he might even be ready. He might not even be ready for training camp. He hasn't played in over a year. I saw another.
Right now, he's watching practice from the sideline.
I saw a tweet of a guy, obviously Twitter, fantasy Twitter.
Oh gosh.
and he was doing just like one leg box jumps. Does that make sense? So like he stands on one leg and then he tries to jump on a different height. And someone said if this is where Michael Thomas is at right now, and you're drafting him really high, then he won't be ready for the season. Like if he's still doing that and not running routes or doing cuts or doing anything on that foot or ankle, if I'm not mistaken, then
it shouldn't take any single player this long to recover from this injury. And we talked about this when the injury first happened. It was not a normal ankle injury. The inside of his bone was damaged. That's not normal. It's not easy to actually recover from that like other people have from ankle injuries. And when that happened about 2 years ago, you and I both said sell him in every format that you have. And people thought it was ridiculous. This is a top 5 guy. Michael Thomas is top 5. The injury is not the same as other people who have sustained that injury. It's much, much worse. And we don't even know if he's going to be the same player.
For sure.
This is someone that we thought he would play every game last year. He didn't play Wait, did he play a game? No, he didn't, right? No, he didn't play a single game last year.
Let me double check. I don't think he did.
And we're almost ready for this year, and he's not even practicing. I'm just like, this guy gets so much grace in the community. Well, I don't want any part of it. I don't want to play the game with him.
Last time he played was in week 15 or week 14 in 2020.
Yeah.
Well,
that was with Drew Brees.
That was with Drew Brees, which is crazy. Drew had a whole career and a half, got fired, and a new job at the same time. And my guy Michael Thomas is still trying to recover.
Man, rough. Kaysen says, if you guys are the Jags, who are you starting, James Robinson or Etienne? I've said this before, but the injury James Robinson sustained was an Achilles injury. And yes, we saw Cam Akers come back from it. He didn't look good when he came back from it. He did come back from it early. But typically that injury is around, I believe, 8 months to a year to fully recover. I believe James Robinson suffered that injury in week 14. So I'm of the belief personally that I don't even know if James Robinson plays this year. If he's ready in week 14, do they put him out there? Or does it make sense to just let him fully recover and come back from an Achilles injury, which, by the way, has more times than not ended running backs' careers? So
week 17.
I'm of the belief that he's not going to be ready for this year. Best case scenario, he's there halfway through the season, but I think that's being optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, according to his report, is back on the field and doing some runs. Robinson is being held out of organization team activities, and it remains to be seen how much he'll actually do at training camp in July.
Yeah.
Let me see, 14 games at the training.
Achilles late in December, so
recovery process is going well, but the status of the regular season opener is still in doubt.
Yeah, which, like, come season opener, they'll be like, still no timetable on James Robinson. That's what it's going to be like, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's tough. Let me ask you this. I know this is hypothetical. If James Robinson was healthy, didn't tear his Achilles, are you? Well, it's kind of hard because you were so strong on Travis Etienne, but like, is James Robinson a top 25 back in that standpoint, or like
it's got a chance?
One is he is just irrelevant at that point.
No, I don't think he's irrelevant. No, I mean, he'll have a role. I mean, AJ Dillon has a role. Aaron Jones is still very effective,
Right.
I think Aaron Jones and Etienne's games are quite comparable. I think Etienne's a better prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think he's irrelevant, but I don't think he even gets an AJ Dillon type fantasy relevancy. So I would say wide receiver 30-ish or so, or running back 30th.
Okay, if he was healthy,
not irrelevant, but
didn't tear his AC or Achilles, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. I love that Darnell Mooney pick. I was actually so surprised. I was like, damn, maybe he's gonna continue to fall. But I love Mooney, and that's your wide receiver 3 as well on your team. You do have Treylon Burks as a rookie. What's too high to draft a rookie wide receiver?
I was thinking that's too high at this point.
That's what I was gonna say. What is too high? Brandon Cook's another good guy there. I had him in the back of my head.
I would err on that's too high for Burks year 1. I've talked about his upside. Doesn't mean he hits his upside. I think he's gonna have a good year one. I don't think he's gonna be a bust year one or anything. But I think in redraft, I'm erring more on opportunity vets and good offenses.
Absolutely.
I have Traylon as my wide receiver 30 in redraft. So I still have guys like Adam Thielen ahead of him, Juju, Mooney, Godwin, Brandon Cooks. You know, so
Yeah.
I still believe in him, but I'm not sure I would take him in the fifth. I think like round 6, like right here, around like the 6-7 turn is where I'm start thinking about some of these, high end rookies.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you. I like this part for these guys, so it's gonna be interesting to see. And there goes, I took Bateman, Adam Thielen, another guy that we probably are saying maybe you should just avoid. Jacob just took DeAndre Hopkins at the 6-5, a guy that's gonna suspended for 6 weeks, has a bye week in week 7, so 7 weeks in total. He will not help your team.
Yeah, I'm not drafting him.
Doesn't matter where he is. It's hard to really picture a place where, by week 8, you either know you're gonna make the playoffs, like you're 6-2, whatever the case may be, 6-2, or you're 3-5, and you're still trying to make a run. DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know if he can really turn. Maybe it'll be too late for him to turn it around for you. And I think that's the hard part.
And he's burning a hole in your bench, and you're not able to be flexible with the waiver wire.
Yeah, unless your league specifically,
for 7 weeks.
Unless your league specifically is able to put suspended players on the IR.
Sure. But I would say on that, most leagues should not. If a player gets suspended, it was very much in their power to not get suspended. Injury's different, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's my stance on it, at least.
No,
Let's change it to 30 seconds.
I was literally about to say that. I'll do it on your pick. We'll let ATG go. But yeah, I agree. I think it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
LTU, why is Damian Harris going? Let me pause really fast and just change this to 30 seconds, and then I can go to that question. Resume draft. Why is Damian Harris late in redraft? Going so late in redraft. RB8 in standard and 14 in PPR last year.
I'm just going to quickly tell people my RB3 here is going to be Tony Pollard. I've been pretty active in saying that I believe he's going to be a great value this year. And, even the reports that have come out recently have been super encouraging to support that with the role that they're going to have for him. So just wanted to say that why I made that pick.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Look, Damian is not a guy that we are not liking. We like Damian. I think it's for the right value. He was very efficient last year. Oddly enough, he only really missed 3 games. Finished like you said, top 15 or I think it was top 12 or something like that.
What was he on a points per game basis?
I don't remember. I think he was average. I feel like he fudged me. I was hoping for Devonta Smith or Elijah Moore, which is okay.
Okay, so he was RB14 on the year in PPR. On a points per game basis, he was a little bit worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on a points per game basis, RB18. I think maybe the reason he's dropping is people are just so unsure of what their plan is for this backfield.
But the thing is, and I get that.
Maybe I'm just trying to put sense to it. You know?
For sure, and I get that, and I don't understand why people are so scared, because I don't believe, was it Kevin Davis and I forgot the other guys who else they drafted. I don't believe that they're going to be taking opportunities away. Yeah, they re-signed James White, and that's maybe more of a pass catching opportunity. I think that really affects more Ramondre than anyone. I don't think that affects Damian, because he is the goal line back. I don't remember the stat, but I'm pretty sure he was like top 10 in red zone opportunities last year.
Yeah.
For Damian Harris, he gets touchdowns. So like he's a good red zone running back, and I think that's.
I would say. So. Some of my worries, if I can even try to put it into words, because it's confusing, but you know, if Ramondre gets on a roll, do we think that, you know, they're just not going to keep feeding Ramondre? It's Damien's backfield. That's my problem. It's like there's so many running backs here. Ramondre could get a bigger role. I still like Damien. Like you said, at some point it still becomes a value. But would it surprise us if like Ramondre gets on a roll and like, oh, this is your game, Ramondre. Like you take the rock here. Whereas you want to really look for backfields with like solidified roles constantly. But I think Damien, like, so he went here at the 512. That's not bad value at all. That's good value. So,
Jalen.
Again, yeah, like you said, it's all ADP. Like ADP versus, you know, is it a value where you drafted him? I think that's a value.
Take Zach too.
Although I will say I actually have AJ Dillon higher than Damien, as well as Tony Pollard and Miles Sanders. I have both of those guys, all those guys higher than Damien personally. I don't know where you stand.
I think what's difficult.
So maybe actually I misspoke. I probably wouldn't take Damien over those other guys.
What's really difficult about this year is that I believe, you know,
damn it.
I believe the fantasy community is understanding that the running back room is transitioning to running back by committees. Yeah. Which is hard to, at least for me, I don't know about you, it's hard to really value Damien because he is not a pass catching back. He is a guy that's going to get the rock and, you know, punching in for the touchdowns. So,
hard for me not to take Olave here.
Yeah.
I don't want to take Olave. Like, I don't want to go that two rookies, but it's hard for me not to do that there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But, like, I do hear you. You know, someone like a Tony Pollard that has a high pass catching upside. Someone like an AJ, you said AJ Dillon, that still has a high pass catching upside, but, you know, it's splitting the backfield where Damien just feels like the solidified guy.
Yeah, I don't feel that way about him.
For me, it feels that way because we haven't seen it in the past. That's why maybe I feel more secure. But like, you know,
so just like why do you draft two running backs after you just drafted one last year and you had one who was efficient? What is the plan?
For sure.
You know,
I don't believe they would. I know.
Meanwhile, we got the Cardinals didn't draft anyone. We thought they're a great team to draft a running back.
For real. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, they got Keontae, but you know.
Well, what was it?
Different.
5th, 6th round, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah. Do you guys think Christian Watson? Christian Watson rookie for Green Bay is going to have a big impact? Do you think Christian Watson is going to have an impact in Green Bay as a rookie? I think he can.
Yeah,
I definitely do believe he can. He just, if he drops the ball, I think one too many times for Aaron Rodgers, it's not going to be good. I think we said.
You know what? Rodgers is going to have to be patient this year. The more you think about it, I agree.
Yeah,
but like, let's say Lazard drops the ball and then he goes to
Christian Watson and then he picks him
Watson and Watson drops it. You're not going to Adams next.
No, they're just bringing the rotation. Amari, you're next. Cobb, you're next. Like everyone is just rotating. All right, you know.
Yeah, like you said. I mean, he had very clear weaknesses to me that don't necessarily suit what Aaron Rodgers likes. But obviously, he has a lot of strengths. Let's see what camp looks like. Let's see what preseason looks like.
Yeah. I like that Michael Carter pick. I was hoping that he was coming to me. Did James go off the board already?
Cook?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did go off the board. I wanted one more pass catching back. Shiza. I might have to go Brother Sky here. Wow. That feels okay. Yeah, I really like Michael Carter and James Cook as like an RB4 option. You know, just in case.
Yeah.
I was talking about this maybe in the last mock draft, but I was talking about how Michael Carter he's shined with another running back by his side. Maybe not someone like a Breece Hall, but it was him and Javonte in North Carolina there. He might have some sneaky value there. I don't think we should really give up on Michael Carter right now, but we'll see. Pass catching back.
Scary Hours says, in Dynasty, who do you prefer? Deontay, Pittman, DJ Moore, Tyreek? So I would say my rankings would say Tyreek, but my heart would say Pittman.
Yeah, if I had to, I'll tell you my rank. I mean, it'll be Tyreek, I know my rankings right now is Tyreek, Deontay, Pittman, Moore. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah. I'd say DJ is probably the least attractive
for sure
wide receiver there for me in Dynasty, which a lot of people don't agree with.
Remember going to round 12.
Round 12, y'all.
Round 12, so. Ronald Jones.
Side of the bad guy. Yeah, I'm better. Anybody listening to Post Malone's new album?
The reason why I don't like that song is because the way he says better.
Better.
I hate it.
I think it's funny.
I hate it with a passion. It's like, just say better. No, just say it.
Read
like,
what you're giving.
Yeah, it's just,
I don't know. I think it's funny. A little quirky. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm on the call. Roberto Woods.
Roberto Woods.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got in here. Who's a high upside guy, huh? Look at these QBs. I can wait there one more time.
Allen
Lazard, you know, wide receiver 1 on the team at least.
Yeah,
at the
Kyle
moment.
says I agree about Moore personally. I'm very curious to see the community's reaction when we drop that video on the Dynasty channel.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get roasted more. You stupid.
Spell DJ Moore.
I stopped listening when you said DJ Moore.
Yeah.
This is classic.
People are so aggressive. And I love it.
Yeah.
Turn around. Show me that I'm better.
All those videos are up, by the way.
I'm downloading all of them.
Okay, nice.
Okay, here I am in the 10th round. And I keep telling you guys that this is where I'm going to be drafting my quarterbacks this year. In the 10th round. And I've got my quarterback 6 still on the board for me in Tom Brady. Welcome to the squad, brother. So now when Tom Brady throws a dump off touchdown pass to Lenny, or if Lenny runs it in for a touchdown, it don't matter. I got 2 studs and 2 stud offenses. Eckler and Keenan, and then Lenny and Brady. Sheesh. Talk about one hell of a combination, ladies and gentlemen.
Just talk it up, am I right? Better. Naeem Hines. There's one guy you got to draft. No, if I were you, I'll be drafting Naeem Hines. What's for lunch? What's for lunch, boys? It's 12:22 here in beautiful Sydney, Australia. Now the cloud in the sky.
Cole Kmet went off the board. That's upsetting. I was thinking about him, but to be fair, I think I probably would go Pat still. So I'll take Pat. If Pat wasn't there, it would have been Cole. So it's pretty close.
Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, I took a tight end earlier here. I took Zach Ertz.
I thought the Ertz pick was great. That probably would have been my pick here at the 8th round.
Yeah. I really wanted Jalen Hurts, to be completely honest. I was gonna take Hurts at the 8-6 because I thought it was too nice with the rushing upside, but it's all right. I have another quarterback I can take here. I'll take your guy. Take Trigger Trey here.
Don't you have Kirk ahead of him though?
Yeah, I do, but rushing upside. And
Okay.
this is what's tough. This is what's tough about in the redraft perspective.
Yeah.
Because
you're going late, you might as well go upside.
Exactly. You're going late, you're going upside. You either go upside or safety. Because then I can go back and pick up a safe, I guess you can say a safety quarterback like a Matt Ryan, like a Kirk Cousins if he doesn't get drafted, a Derek Carr. That's what's tough when you come here. It's like, damn. Because imagine.
Sorry, Kyle just says, how does this affect Marlon Mack? I don't know if you know, but that's been like a meme on Sleeper for a long time. Anytime Sleeper has notifications for like 2 years, maybe longer. Anytime a notification went out, someone would say, how does this affect Marlon Mack? And it would just, I don't know. It's just funny.
Brother Mac, Kenny G, good pick.
You know, there's a running back that I think, the entire community is really undervaluing.
I see him right here. It's right here. This guy. See this guy? That's him.
You see where?
This guy right here.
Gus Edwards?
Yeah. Now I know who you're talking about. I don't want to give it away though. There's
actually 2 on the board that I think are being massively undervalued. Let's see. Well, there goes one. Yeah. Darrell Henderson, definitely. I mean, where did Cam go? Cam went at the 4-2, Darrell at the 12-4. I'm personally not convinced that Darrell's not going to be a part of that backfield. So I like that pick.
I think I know the other guy. A guy that
you probably do. I don't think you'd want to draft him, but
no, a guy that I've been believing and researching because, running back by committee.
Wow. Herbert, okay.
Khalil.
Yeah.
Hold on. I saw this very interesting stat about Khalil that I wish I could find it. Let me try to look it up. I try not to go on Twitter too often, but the one time
dangerous place.
The one time I did go on Twitter, I saw Khalil Herbert's name, and I saw that I thought that stat was very interesting. Let me see if I can find it. Once again, and this is also like, it's not just that. It's like the thought process of the NFL is transitioning to running back by committees,
Sure.
So I feel like everyone should be questioned.
So I'll say the other guy, and this is a player who played 11 games last year and had 53 targets in 11 games. Okay? And if you extrapolate that across an entire year, he would have had 82 targets on the year, which would have been the 4th most in the NFL for running backs, and that's J.D. McKissic. Was re-signed. I don't see a reason why he's not the 3rd down running back, why he's not the 2-minute drill guy. This is someone who, if was healthy, probably finishes as a top 20 running back last year. That sounds crazy, but if he's healthy, he probably does. Not as consistent as you want him to be, but as my 5th running back, I feel pretty confident in taking him there.
No, I like I like J.D. McKissic. I can't find the tweet, but basically I think we shouldn't forget about every single handcuff everywhere, because once again, the running back by committee, I guess RB2, the running back by committee is very it's real. It's happening. Yeah. And it's happening for every single team. And once again, I saw a stat on Khalil. I can't find it now, but maybe if there's a good opportunity for Khalil, maybe I'll do a video on him. We'll see.
Yeah, John, I'm glad that you brought this up. He says, don't you think Brian Robinson is going to eat into his time talking about J.D. McKissic? Honestly, I have like zero doubt that J.D. McKissic will not be affected by Brian Robinson. And let me tell you why. Brian Robinson is not a 3rd down running back. His skill set is the complete opposite of J.D. McKissic's. So, if anything, I think Brian Robinson is brought in there to have about 5 to 7 touches per game, be that first and second down running back. He's a big body guy. He's not a good pass catcher. So it wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to have that third down role. He certainly wouldn't be in on 2-minute drives or, a late drives when they need to save the clock. Brian Robinson is not that type of running back. He would actually be the last of the three that you would use. It would be JD first, then Antonio.
Yeah.
Then Brian. So Brian probably will impact Gibson on the goal line. He might, later on in the year when it gets colder, I think they'll use more running backs in that room. But as far as like the pass catching guy, I still think we're going to see McKissic with the most targets out of this backfield. And I would say Gibson, the way I view this is Robinson's an insurance guy. I don't think he's all that talented. I didn't like him before the draft. After the draft, I personally think that Gibson is still the most valuable guy in this backfield. McKissic's going to have his same role. I think Robinson is there for depth. Last year, when Antonio Gibson went down, they had to rely on Jarrett Patterson, and the team didn't like that. So
right.
I think that they're going to use Brian Robinson as more of like a depth piece. So that's my point of view on it. But if anything, I think Brian Robinson would impact Antonio Gibson, not JD McKissic. We'll see, though. We will see. But didn't really show a lot of pass catching upside, unfortunately. What's up, Mr. Curly Wolf?
What's happening, brother? Mr. Curly Wolf.
What up, Dom?
Yeah. I guess that's it, huh?
I think that is it. If you guys have yet to drop a like, would mean a lot if you could drop a like for us.
Mm-hmm. As always,
Dom said I'd panic if this is real. Dom, which one were you? I want to know which one Dom was.
Not sure.
Which team you were. I think everyone did pretty well. I really like that ATJ followed the late quarterback advice. I'm got a top 12 quarterback, Kirk Cousins, last 2 years in a row, and got him in with his last pick. So, and I like his wide receivers and running backs. I think he did well.
Yeah. Very, very interesting, guys. One thing I wanted to say: if you guys want to play, I know a lot of you guys here are in our Dynasty community, and you probably follow us on Dynasty and play or in one of our follow leagues. We do have redraft leagues. No pressure, but super simple, super easy to join that. All you have to do is edit your tier, and if you're new and you want to play in a redraft league, patreon.com/fantasylandfan, where you can play just in a redraft league or redraft and Dynasty, which is best of both worlds. So check that out. As we get closer and closer to the season, we'll definitely be pumping out content on both channels. But a week or two before the NFL season starts, we're going to be pumping out real Dynasty drafts for our community and with our community. So if you guys want to be a part of that, once again, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. There's no pressure. Redraft is just always fun. It's a different aspect. And you're winning now and not winning for the future. I guess you're always winning now, I guess, in a dynasty. At least you try to. But, redraft is fun as well. So check that out. All love.
All love, guys. Dom, were you in this mock or no?
I don't think
I just want to know real quick before we leave.
I don't think he was.
Damn, I want to mock with him. I wonder if he was Bang. He might be Bang.
Bang!
What was your username, Dom? I want to know so when we mock with you. I feel like he might be Bang because he took Kelsey from KC and Mahomes.
Yeah, it was. It's not bad. I mean, his draft, if he did go,
it didn't end up too bad. I think the running backs are kind of weak, but
unless he was a Team 5, the Z something.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yep, that's him. Anyway, I think he did well. I like the Brandon Cooks pick there at the 6'4". It's good value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all good. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you drop a like before on the way. 31 likes.
That's a lot for our redraft.
That's a lot for our redraft channel right now.
Huge love.
We're excited to get closer to the season. So all love. Appreciate each and every one of you. Deuce, and a bubble goose.
Huge love. We'll be live tomorrow on the redraft channel, on the Dynasty channel for a real draft.
Mm-hmm.